Yes, I know it's early, way too early for a first look video, but come on guys, it's a no-brainer. We all know what's going to happen in tonight's episode of Love Island.
Grace, Tiffany and Will, it's time to pack a bag and get ready for a night away with an islander of your choice. Hashtag saucy sleepover, hashtag who will you choose?
Indeed, what's going to happen is the three new bombshells are going to choose someone to take with them on a saucy night in the Hideaway. Is it going to be? They can't all three of them go in the Hideaway together. That'd be a different kind of saucy night. But yeah, so they're all going to take one person they choose into the Hideaway with them and have some saucy fun. Now, of course, we know that Love Island does over-egg the pudding somewhat when it says saucy fun. It's going to be more like PG-rated saucy fun. Well, probably even not even that. It's going to be about as saucy as an episode of Peppa Pig. So who do I think is going to go with who? Who's going to pick who? Well, I'll tell you. Based on what we saw in the game of beer pong on Friday, this is what I reckon is going to happen. Will is going to pick Uma, because he seemed to get pretty friendly with Uma during the beer pong game. In fact, he picked Uma as the girl he'd like to marry. So I think if he picked Uma as the girl he wanted to marry in that game, then it's highly likely he's going to pick her for his saucy night. So I don't think there's going to be any secrets there. And I guess that's what Uma kind of wants, because let's be honest, I don't think much is happening between her and Omar. I don't think things are really moving there, even though Omar has used some good chat with her. I don't think she's that interested in him. And I feel sorry for Umar because Patsy's now gone and he was making moves on Patsy. So he'll have to wait till he gets out of the villa before he makes any more moves on Patsy, unless she comes back in as a bombshell. But I don't think that's going to happen, quite frankly. So let's move on to Tiffany. Who do you reckon Tiffany's going to get with? I think it's going to be Ronnie. She was snogging Ronnie during the game, and I would be very surprised if she didn't pick him. This amazes me. This is the same guy, right, who in that episode sat down with her and said, yeah, you've got what I like, you know, good boobs and a nice body. And I thought, really? This is how we talk to women in 2024? You've got great boobs and a nice body. I mean, he is almost a relic of the past, Ronnie, isn't he? When I hear him talk, I think he reminds me of those magazines we had in, what was it, the late 90s or early 2000s? Do you remember Nuts? Do you remember Zoo? And the kind of people who read those magazines are the kind of guys who'd say a girl was fit, you know, that kind of stuff, which Ronnie has actually said. Now, obviously, I know people perhaps are, you know, different opinions on the way language should be used, but I always find that kind of thing a bit, I don't know, rubbish, quite frankly. But there we go. I thought after he said to her, you got great boobs and a nice body, that she'd be like, not too sure about him. But no, I was wrong. It's the case of the girl liking the guy that you think, why do you like him? How many times did that happen when I was growing up? Do you hear that crashing sound? That is the sound of Samantha's heart breaking. Yes, I think Samantha's heart is going to be broken by Joey, because I reckon Grace is going to pick Joey tonight. And, you know, it's obvious, isn't it? During the game of beer pong, he chose Grace and Tiffany for his three-way kiss, and then Grace chose him as the man to snog the gob off for being the gobbiest islander during the game. And goodness me, they really went in on it with their kiss. I just think it's definitely going to happen, guys. And I think Samantha's going to get very, very upset. She is obviously very attached to Joey. She's protective of Joey, almost to the point where you think it's slightly psychotic. But nevertheless, right, I just think she's going to be very upset. And in many ways, I feel like there's nothing to be upset about, because they don't really have a relationship. They have a friendship, I think. And Joey doesn't want to admit it because it'll make him look a bit like a, I don't know, a bit of a scumbag. But they just have a friendship. But she doesn't see it that way. He does. And as I said in a previous video, he's just been with her to stay in the show. But I think he's going to go for Grace. Hammer and tongs and glands and tonsils and all that kind of stuff.
I'm like the back bed and I want to, you know what I mean?
Do you agree with me? Are my predictions good? What do you reckon? Of course, this means a few other storylines are going a bit cold. We haven't seen much of Mimi and Io, and I think that is in danger. I think they're both a bit, you know, flatlining on each other. Sean and Jess. Do you think that's going to go anywhere? I mean, Sean seems very interested in the new girls. In fact, all the guys seem interested in the new girls. They were dancing around like little juvenile boys, weren't they, when the new girls came in? Oh well, sorry girls, that's guys for you. Even 140% closed off Kieran said that when he kissed Nicole and Jess during the game, he would really have rather kissed Grace. So there we go. Hey, it is what it is. Alright guys, I will catch you later for a new video, and let's see what happens tonight. Let's see if the drama unfolds. Let's see if there's tears. Let's see if things are thrown. And let's see what weird cereal they're eating in the kitchen. I want to find out what that cereal is, and I'm going to make sure I do that. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.